Here it is, another Cascade Trekker adventure. This time we've gone up the White Mountain Road pretty much until it was covered with snow. It's the first week of April already, and my guess is this is close to 8,000 feet. This is Grandview campground over here, and it's closed. The road was actually marked closed at the entrance from Highway 168. I've seen two work vehicles, AT&T, and I've seen one regular car back here. I accessed it through a side dirt road just to kind of play it safe. And now we're gonna look for a dry camp spot, because most of this it's damp. Even farther up, I'm sure it'll be damp, and it's gonna get cold tonight. If there's any breeze or wind, it's gonna be cold. I brought the skis. And I don't know if I'm gonna get the upper open slopes that I want. Although there's plenty of snow here. You'll see when I get higher up what I'm talking about. And the road is just probably about 80 yards this way. This is well secluded here. No one's going to see it. It's like the white color of the motorcycle is kind of breaks it up back here. Can't really see it unless there's some chrome reflecting. All right, we're going to scout up here for a campsite. Those are the big open slopes up here. They're still quite a ways away. The road is right through here. There's some good snow back here. Might make just a little run today. We'll do a run this way. Take a look at the other side of this slope here. Now that might be snow connecting to more that way. And for a dry camp spot, we're going to have to look for some duff under a tree. That's our best bet to stay dry and warm. This is my zone. I'm actually quite happy with it being so close to the snow. And I'm trying a new tent. And so far the design is my favorite design. It's a freestanding tent with a symmetrical tent pole frame, symmetrical tent. So what's nice about that is you can flip it back and forth. You know, say this way is higher and you want the door over on the other side. The brand it's an off-brand nature hike, I guess, but without spending, you know, $200 to $300. This was, I think, $50 delivered. It's not really ultralight, which was surprising. It's very light. I think it's 3 pounds. all included. So we'll see how it works out. It's not definitely a 3-season, 4-season tent. This is 2-season tent, and I'm pushing the boundary tonight. It was a tough call between using this and my Sierra Designs Super Flash, which would definitely keep me probably 5 degrees warmer. However, I wanted to test the limits with this one. Temperatures tonight probably close to freezing, 32 degrees, and if it's calm with the wind, will be good. It's supposed to be cloudy tomorrow, but my guess is it might be somewhat like this tomorrow. If it is overcast or cloudy, the snow conditions will be great. I've got a feeling right now that they're pretty wet on the surface. Pretty basic. There's some nice features. The clip fly, and there's 2 places to clip. I could clip it also to the ground pad. I'm thinking if I didn't want to use the tent, the body, I could just use the frame. Yeah, it would work with just the frame and the rainfly. And there are instances when you could use something like that. These are nice. Pretty cheap, but I haven't seen any with the stretch pull locking mechanism there to hold the rainfly up and the door open. It's actually probably the best design I've used. And I'm thinking these are reflective. Yeah, probably. I'm not too keen on the blue color. And the only thing I can see is the headroom might be a little close with that pointed top. The floor space is great. There's a lot of floor space in here. Plenty of room for the gear. The backpack could go here. Tonight it's hanging. I like to hang the backpack because any slight motion will be noticeable from farther away. And it's kind of an oddity out here hanging from a tree. I do that so that any animals might see that from farther distance and make their way around my zone. Here, this is amazing. I've got 2 sleeping bags in this scrunch sack. Sea to Summit large stuff sack. And that's what's going to keep me warm tonight. Not very far from camp. The skiing is pretty decent if I don't fall through. And here's a road going around this. back here. My camp is just over there. And that's where I want to be. Great. Wow. It keeps going. So the road twisted and turned over these ridges, and maybe a half of a mile or so it crests and drops back around this way. But there's a campsite here with a picnic table and just spectacular views of the Eastern Sierra mountain range. Yeah, probably a span of 150 miles. Pretty nice. And you know, on a trip like this, I never know what to expect. Never know where that snow is going to be. Never know if I'll ski, what I'll get. I mean, these conditions, in my opinion, are nominal to moderately good. I'm sinking a little bit. It might be nice to be higher up in elevation, because here you see there's patches. This is phenomenal. Morning time here, and the temperature outside is 45. It was probably down to 40 or 35 in the tent last night. Not too bad, other than I've set the tent on a slope this way, so everything was getting pushed and slid down this way. I was resting against the fly, and there was condensation and it was cold. I really can't complain though. I slept well, and 2 sleeping bags. It was really hot and confining at first, and then I got out and then got back in. It's just a thin, cheap $20 sleeping bag on the inside, and my Big Agnes Spike Lake. I'm gonna hit the road. We're gonna bail out. Basically, the snow availability is just in this little bowl here and around the side, and surely higher up where I showed you, but I'm not willing to hike 3 or 4 miles down that road to get it. I know exactly where I want to be, and it's too far away. I'll spend half the day getting there. So I'm just gonna have my coffee and hit the road. One good thing about leaving now is my boots are dry, and it's gonna be a cold ride home on that motorcycle. Luckily it's only about an hour. Hey! Okay, I'm about packed up. I wanted to also say I had some 4-legged critters come through here last night. I could hear them walking on this talus, most likely bighorn sheep. One other kind of cool thing is that I'm here and there's nobody else up here, and this place is probably thronging with traffic and people in the summer. The road, you know, basically takes everybody to that White Mountain summit, and I know for a fact they drive it early in the morning and late at night. Right over here is the road, and there'd be traffic. And you know, this location, Grandview campground, the Grandview mine was over there probably every day in the summer. This place sees people, so it was real nice to come here and experience it with some solitude. We're gonna bail out. Another hey.